Catch some on YouTube. Yo, it's your boy MO3. Man, we're live. We're going down. Yeah, I can't say that wet cash shit. Hold up. Yo, what it is, man? It's your boy MO3 live in a Dallas Metro play. And if you're tuned in, then... Hell nah, that shit whack in the bill. Hell nah, fuck.
Got go and make a way, cause I got friends trying to be kings. Need some food up on my plate, cause them little niggas gotta eat. And it ain't nobody else's job, I'm the one that gotta feed. I'm ready to take some and rock, can't catch no case cause they my name. So I beat the block, beat that bitch till that bitch start bleeding. Fuck punching clocks, hustle dead, I don't get no sleeping. But it seems like the devil just hate a nigga for some reason. Cause every time I'm up, he come around and stop it for some reason. But I'm still grinding, fucking ambition to keep me breathing. This for my young nigga. Nigga, hold your head while you doing them seeds. Can't let it kill you, nigga. Gotta get stronger, you gotta beat it. I'm like, fuck the system, the fucking government, they so pretty. But we thuggin', nigga, TIPT and T how we eat. Niggas hate, but I'm like, fuck them, that's what they do when they bitches. But they don't play, cause they know that these little niggas and leave you nigga for what they say. Niggas won't do nothing when niggas see me. If they do, we be mobbing and riding and hit your street. Play with me, it won't be sweet. And lose your job, bitch, I'm gon' eat. Know if these niggas hate on three, they probably hate on me. Ay, but if a nigga play with three, you gotta play with me. And we gon' get you, gon' get you, gon' get you, gon' get you, gon' get you. Easy to talk that shit, but it's harder to live, Hey, I came in this bitch, it's just me and my young nigga. And we'll flip this bitch if y'all get the trip. Yeah.
I can't barely get no sleep. I keep dying in my dreams. Yeah. Never said I caught a body, only time I'm fighting demons. I got hitters on the way, and they told I all 15s. My son a young king, both of my daughters queens. I'm in the field like I've been drafted by Obama. But if I was, then I'd be on the Iraqi side on summer. I play my cards right just to make sure the team's straight. I got tell them to be straight. We load up them choppers and get it poppin'. Sending 5,000, another 100,000 in the bag. I ain't smiling. Came a long way from the trenches and we was wildin'. And I'm ducking charges, forensics won't say they got me. Soon as I drop them, yeah. Rule 1, stay silent, this MOB. I keep a gun, I got bodies that I won't speak on. My first son, can't help it, he look like me, yeah. I told my little brother, be patient and follow me, yeah. Spent $1 million worth of shit, I can't deny that. Made $1 million used to slang out in the projects. You can try to take some, nigga, I wouldn't try that. No, that ain't good for your health, you need to stop it. It's a beautiful thing when you get on, especially when you come from the bottom and you get on. Told them they won't stop me, I got them, yeah, I go hard. In a Benz, a Bentley, Mazda, I probably park in the slum. And we gon' go and get you, go and get you, go and get you. Yeah. Make my hitter go and flip, go and get him, go and kill him. Yeah. Tryna put my team on to cover me. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. We in the building, and we gon' go and get you, go and get you. We gon' go and get you, go and get you.
Let's go. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for your boy, man. Go ahead and run the likes up, man. Long live MO3, man. This is one of my favorite MO3 verses right there, man. On that Ambition by Cole Gotti. I ain't gonna lie, man. That boy says 75,000, another 100,000 in the bag. Man, that boy, hey, Mo3 killed that junk to me, man. You know what I'm saying? That was Cole Gotti and Mo3 Ambition, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me a favor, man. Hit the like button, man. There's already over 100 people in the building. So I know, man, we should be at least close to 100, man. We 44 likes in. Let's go ahead and hit the like button, man, so we can go and chop it up, break it down like a pound. You know what I'm saying? And get to the biz naive, man. But y'all know first thing first. I thank God for each and every one of y'all, man, because y'all could be anywhere in the world. Y'all could be watching anything on YouTube. It's a billion content creators, and y'all here with your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? So salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? God bless y'all. And y'all already know, man, I thank God for each and every one of y'all, man. And salute to 713 Red for becoming a new member, man. Welcome to the gang, man. Salute to my boy, Will Chill. I see you down the home team, man, with them gifts. I most definitely appreciate it, man. Salute. Thank you, April, for those gifts, man. Thank you, man. But let's go ahead and do what we need to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and run the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and run the likes up, man. We gonna be in and out on this live, man. But it's most definitely gonna be powerful. It's most definitely gonna be impactful and informative, man. Y'all know how Legal Chess give it up, man. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, man. Come on, man. Hit the like button. And if after you hit the like button, man, put the gorillas in the chat. If you're not a member, if you are a member, man, take advantage of that membership and drop them MO3 emojis in the chat, man. Because it's trial time, man. It's trial time, man. Salute to all my generals and generates in the building, man. Let's turn up, man. Then we're gonna get into the motherfucking show, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. We got 64 on the likes. Let's go, man. Let's keep them going up, man. You know what I'm saying? No, we don't have a goal on this channel, man, but don't let this stop you from supporting the channel. Is that what you choose to do, man? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for those gifts and all that good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely support the channel if you feel it in your heart that that's what you want to do on this motherfucking Tuesday. You feel me? But salute to y'all, man. Like I said, turn up, put them gorillas in the chat. If you're not a member, if you're a member, let them non-members see the MO3 emojis, man. Maybe it entice them to grab a membership, man. But let's go, man. Let's turn up. Long live Melvin Noble. Long live MO3. Long live Osama. And justice for our good brother. Y'all thought we was done, man. Salute to Charlene Smith for that $5, and salute to Lala over there on the Twitch showing all that love. Hold on, man. Let me highlight this on the screen, man, so y'all can see all that love that Lala's over there giving to the Twitch, man. The Twitch has most definitely been dry, man. You know what I'm saying? The Twitch been dry the last couple episodes, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go help your boy out over there on the Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Send a couple of cheers or something. Yeah, I mean, that Twitch been kind of dry, man. They go to Twitch right there if anybody want to go over there and show your boy some love over there on Twitch, man, like Lala just did, man. Salute to my good sis Lala and my good sis Charlene. And I see AC Shakura, and salute to everybody else, man, that sent those gifts that I may have missed, man. But we ain't done, man. We ain't done. Welcome to Legal Chess, episode number 51, man. You know what I'm saying? This is episode number 51. The Trapboy Freddy Bombshell. Did the judge help Yella Beezy'S defense? Did the judge help Yella Beezy'S defense, man? The rulings are in. Did the state take a L? Man, y'all know we got to chop it up. Y'all know we going to break it down like a pound. And y'all know, you know what I'm saying, Josh, I hope you pulled up the lyrics to On Your Head and keep it in the streets to show the people this wasn't a win for Yella. I ain't do that, but trust and believe. You know how I give it up, fate. You know what I'm saying? We finna make it plain. You know what I'm saying? We finna make it plain, and people, for the most part, a lot of people gonna understand what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime and in between time, man, look where we at. 85 likes. Okay, we almost there, man. You know what I'm saying? But run the likes up, man. Salute to my girl, Boogie. Salute to my girl, L Boogie, man, for that love over there on the Twitch. Let's go, man. Let's go. What's up, Sheila? What's up, Sheila? I see you, sis. Salute to all my beautiful sisters, all my solid bros, my generals and my generates in blue. Y'all hold down the fort. You know what I'm saying? It's only us. Don't let them in. You know what I'm saying? By them, I mean negative vibes, man. Don't let them in, man. So if you a general or a generate in blue, hold down the fort, man. You know what I'm saying? But salute to everybody in the building, man. We ain't done turning up. You know what I'm saying? I want to give everybody a chance to get comfortable. Give everybody a chance, you know what I'm saying, to do what they need to do before we start the show, man. You know what I'm saying? If you on lunch break, go ahead and get your food. You know what I'm saying? Because we about to turn up, man, and we about to get into the shits nits, man. But look, run the likes up, man. Run the likes up. Run the likes up. Y'all don't be wanting long intros, then go ahead and hit the like button, man. Go ahead and hit the like button. Let's go, man. But look, let's continue to turn up for MO3, man. This that get back, man. Let's You hear me? Why? Can I get a why? In the name of Mo3, can I get a why? What's up with you, Lanice? Lanice, why you not a moderator over here? What's going on? Hold on, man. Let me get my G in the building. Lanice, I thought you was a mod over here, man. Can I, if you a real one in the building, man, can I get a why? Can I get one of them? Never mind, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Some of y'all might not even have the vocal blessings like I do to even pull it off like that. You heard me? Now I'm just playing. But salute to everybody in the building, man. Look, we ain't gonna do too much small talk. We finna get straight to business. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know your boy really don't do back-to-back lives like this. You know what I'm saying? So look, if you ever thought that I didn't love y'all, think again. You hear me? Because I did this for y'all. Y'all know usually I go live early in the week, then later in the week. Y'all very rarely see me go live back-to-back days. You know what I'm saying? But we here. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful to be here. I thank God for this platform. I thank God, man, for the tremendous support that y'all be giving your boy, man. Salute to my big sis 4L. I see you in the building, sis. I love you. You know what I'm saying? What's up with my boy JD Tyson? I see y'all, man. Space City in the building. I see everybody. Top Flight. What's breaking? What's breaking? Didi, I see you. Salute to everybody in the building once again, man. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Share the live out to your community wall, Facebook, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? No, we do not have a goal set for this particular episode, but if you're feeling it in your heart, you know what I'm saying? If you want to support the platform, then feel free. Most definitely feel free to support the platform, man. You show love over on Twitch. The Cash App open. You get your membership, all that good shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to business, man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, this is Legal Chess, episode number 51. The Trapboy Freddy Bombshell. Did the judge help Yella Beezy'S defense? You know what I'm saying? What we will be discussing today. I'm gonna wait to with the witness list because I know a whole bunch of things came out yesterday. You had the witness list come out yesterday. You had the rulings came out yesterday, which we will be talking about today. And then you had the expert witnesses that was revealed yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the witness list and all of that, we gonna break that down. I'm still doing some research on a couple of things that we gonna break that down Friday. You know what I'm saying? We gonna break that down Friday. But right now, the conversation, you know what I'm saying? Because I told y'all that throughout the duration of this trial, right, it's going to be a lot of voices, a lot of people going live, a lot of content creators who are going to be shedding light and giving their analysis and spiel on what's going on with the trial. Well, I told y'all, you know what I'm saying? My job, you know what I'm saying? My lane. You know what I'm saying? My lane in this whole Mo3 ecosystem where we covering the trial and covering the paperwork and all that is to bring some straightening to the Mo3 sector. Okay? To the best of my abilities. No, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not always right. You know what I'm saying? But we will be presenting some things to where whether you agree with me or not, whatever decision that you come to, because Legal Chess is not created for us to end the show, every show, thinking the same. But whatever conclusion you come up with, whatever conclusion I come up with, the purpose of Legal Chess is to make sure we have the proper information to base our opinions, conclusion, whatever. Because even if you have an opinion, a lot of people think they can get away with just saying, well, that's my opinion. Well, opinions should still be based in some type of factual information. So Legal Chess is not here to control your opinion, but Legal Chess is here to give you the proper information. So therefore you can have a what they call it, have an opinion that's rooted in some type of facts or information. All right. So that's what we finna do today, man. We finna start with the rulings. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of murmur. It's a lot of voices around the sector, around social media. This on these platforms, man. They're saying things like, man, this was an L for the state. Let me hit the like button off the screen, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button for your boy. Thank you, L Boogie, for those gifts. Thank y'all for those gifts. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. If I missed anything, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I missed anything. I apologize. Any cheers or any thing, I apologize. I'm over here running my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But I most definitely appreciate y'all. What's up, China? Thank you, Lanice. I appreciate those gifts. Thank you, man. Y'all the goats, man. Y'all the best. What's up, Vaughn? What's up with you, baby? But yeah, so today we will be breaking down because I was not finna go live and break down all the paperwork all three of them together. Now we're gonna separate this shit and we're gonna break it down like a pound one by one. All right, so today, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know every Legal Chess episode for the most part, you know what I'm saying? We try to answer a question, a frequently asked question. So again, I'm gonna read the title for y'all one more time. This is MO3 Legal Chess episode number 51, the Trapboy Freddy Bombshell. Did the judge help Yella Beezy'S defense? You know what I'm saying? Then if you look at the bottom of the ticker, the main question is, did the state take an L with these rulings? All right, so we finna watch a news clip. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can hear it for y'allself from the people in suits, because y'all know I get to talking, I'm a nobody. They think I'm stupid. And then when I get to talking, they say I think I know everything. Woo, woo, woo. So now I'm gonna let y'all listen to the people in suits. Then we're gonna break down. We're gonna very quickly run through the paperwork, and then we're gonna get into the breakdown. All right, check. We good? We good? All right, let's get it then, man. You know what I'm saying? Please do not forget to hit the like button for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Please do not forget to hit the like button for your boy, man. It helps the channel out tremendously. You know what I'm saying? But let me pull this video up and we can get started, man. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and grab your pad, grab your pen, because Big Josh is about to go the fuck in, man. You heard me? Ain't nothing but a little bit straightening. Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing all that other shit. Hold on, let me see. Okay, here we go. We go to video. Oh shit. I ain't even my stupid ass. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I did it wrong. Video file. All right, so boom, let's get into this news clip, and then we're gonna get into the actual paperwork. Like I said, we're gonna run through that quickly. All right, we're gonna run through that very quickly. All right, but let's get to this news clip first thing first. All right, let's go. Big Josh Mo's definitely about to go in. Boogie, what they thought? Let's go.
Has decided to allow some rap lyrics to be used in a murder for hire trial.
The case concerns the 2020 murder of Melvin Noble, a rapper who went by the name Mo3. Fox 4's Stephen Dial has the update.
This was a big part of the prosecution's strategy, trying to use rapper Yella Beezy'S rap lyrics against him. Yella Beezy, whose legal name is Marquise Conway, is accused of hiring a hitman to kill Mo3, his rap rival. The judge's order today is somewhat of a blow to the prosecution's strategy. She's allowing 2 songs by Conway and 1 song from Mo3 to be played in court. The songs seemingly speak to the feud between the rappers, but the judge did not allow key prosecution songs that talked about bounty or celebrating the murder. The judge is also not allowing the Instagram live video that Yella Beezy was in the day of the murder. Prosecutors argued the lyrics in songs and say that they explain the motive behind the killing. The defense argued that the rappers are playing a character similar to professional wrestlers, and that the lyrics should not be taken as fact.
But the songs that the state has selected do not contain all that. In fact, they are braggadocious about criminal activity, but the criminal activity mentioned is directly on point to the charged offense. They talk directly about placing bounties for reprisal. They talk about the murder, and they talk about the feud.
Rappers make songs about putting hits on each other. They make songs about bounties. Again, it goes to the edginess and, in some people's opinions, the crassness and distastefulness of the music. But it's not evidence that Mr. Conway is making some sort of admission to committing the crime.
We also got the prosecution's witness list. On the list is Dallas rapper Trapboy Freddy, who has songs with Yella Beezy. He has not been charged in this case. One of the songs that the judge is allowing the prosecution to use, they cannot play the part where Trapboy Freddy is speaking.
All right, so before I say anything, y'all heard it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard it for yourself, man. From even though, see, look, this my thing. The Mo3 sector, we are the source. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the only ones, you know what I'm saying, from all the bloggers, news stations, out of all the media outlets, the bloggers in the Mo3 sector are the only ones to really cover this case down there every day, down there for years. You know what I'm saying? Give and take every day. Of course, it ain't been every day. But then you got some blogs like a City Nash, some of these Dallas bloggers, even the news outlets, they ain't been thinking about this Mo3 case. You know what I'm saying? They ain't been thinking about this Mo3 case. They hop in when some trending and then they talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why some of them be so misinformed, because some of those boring technical paperwork, some of that boring technical paperwork, it actually leads into the viral stuff that y'all be wanting to talk about, but then y'all be misinformed because y'all don't pay attention to the non-viral paperwork that come out. You know what I'm saying? How many times y'all seen me go live and say, y'all, this is going to be one of those technical episodes, but I got to do this because you never know what's going to come from this. You know what I'm saying? See, they only worry about when things viral or, oh, the witness list, but they ain't even see the motions before this. They don't even know the conversation that's going on within the paperwork. But guess who do? You know what I'm saying? The same person that's been doing it for y'all, man, for the last 51 episodes. You hear me? So don't fret, your boy, your little brother, your big brother, or whoever I am to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite blogger, whatever. I got y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? So just sit tight. I got y'all, man. If y'all got me, I got y'all, man. That's how this thing works. Check. Let's go. All right, so let's get into this paperwork, man. Y'all ready? Y'all hit that like button for your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? I hate to keep asking y'all, man, but come on, man. Let's at least get to 200 likes. You know what I'm saying? Let's at least get to 200 likes, man. I hate to play the intro or something, you know what I'm saying? And penalize the people that did hit the like button. But man, come on, man. Let's go and get to 200 likes, man, so we can get into the paperwork, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give us 2 minutes, man. Let's hit the intro. You know what I'm saying? Let's hit the intro, man. Let's get the 200 likes the fastest, man, so we can go ahead and get into this paperwork. And, man, we can go and get into the breakdown, man. Let's go. Hit the like button. Moderators, remind them and hit the like button. Let's get to 200 likes, and we're going to start the show, man, on my mama. On my mama, man. We at 146. Man, we need a little less than 60, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. We got 2 minutes. Hit the like button. Let's go ahead and get to 200, man. If not more. It's over 300 people in the building. I know we can do it, man. I know we can do it. As a matter of fact, I thank y'all in advance for doing it. Let's go.
Yeah. This ain't checkers. It's legal checks. Yeah. Every move calculated. Every play got consequences. Legal chess, I'm moving pieces, they don't see the ball. Courtroom pressure, every move can start a war. From the streets to the stand, yeah, it's all connect. One wrong move, whole case get dissected. Legal chess, yeah, we playing for keys and dignity. Testimony, secrets run deep. You see a headline, I see strategy. Welcome to the game, this legal chess with me. Prosecutor building, stacking layers like a cake. Different state of watching, trying to find a mistake. Sabuna's getting served, witnesses on the clock. Some gon' fold under pressure, some side as a rock. Plea deals on the table, that's a dangerous play. One flip, change the board, now the king in the way. They was riding together, now they telling the truth. Or they telling the story just to shorten their noose. It's deeper than the charges. It's deeper than the crime. It's about who controls the narrative. Yeah. Legal chess, I'm moving pieces, they don't see the ball. Courtroom pressure, every move can start a war. From the streets to the stand, yeah, it's all connected. One wrong move, whole case get dissected. Legal chess, yeah, we playing for keeps. Indictments and testimony, secrets run deep. You see a headline, I see strategy. Welcome to the game, this legal chess. When it's trial time, you watching the headlines. I'm breaking down the strategy. Every move, every play, every angle. This legal chess strategy.
All right, let's go. They trying to hold me out, but we good. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get where we need to be. We gonna get where we need to be, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold myself up much longer. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold y'all up much longer, man. So let's go ahead and get to it, man. Salute to my boy Big Rose in the building, man. Salute to Mama Red coming through with those gifts. Mama T, I most definitely see you. AB, my motherfucking G. I see you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it though, man. Let's get it, man. So let's break down this paperwork. All right, what's up, Redbird, baby? Let's break down the actual work, man. You hear me? Let's go, man. I'm gonna have to put this on full screen because I don't know why, but I can't see it on my end. I don't know if I need glasses or whatever, man. Thank you, Clyde Banks, man. I appreciate you for those gifts. Thank you. All right, so let's get through this, man. All right, let's get through this, man. This is the order regarding defendant Conway's amended motion in limine. All right. This is the order regarding the defendant's Conway amended motion in limine. Y'all might not remember because it'd be so much information, so many episodes, but we most definitely then broke down the motion in limine 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? The motion in limine is the paperwork that the defense, Yella Beezy'S defense filed. Is a motion that Yella Beezy'S defense filed to exclude the few evidence that they deemed irrelevant or prejudice according to Rule 404B. We're going to get to Rule 404B. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to the paperwork, though. Then we can chop it up and break it down, all this stuff. All right? So, before this court is the amended motion in limine regarding Rule 404B, Section 2, evidence of alleged crimes, wrongs, or acts, and evidence under Texas Code Criminal Procedure Article 38.36, filed by defendant Conway on March 5th, 2026. The state filed a response. July 8th, 2026. The court held a hearing on the defendant Conway's amended motion in limine on July 16th, 17th, and the 21st of 2026, in which it heard testimony and arguments from the parties. All right. And then it says, having considered the parties' filings and the evidence and argument presented during the hearing, this court makes the following rulings regarding the defendant Conway's amended motion in limine. So first thing first, because I know everybody don't be around the MO3 sector. Everybody probably went in my head live yesterday. Well, it was a real good live yesterday. So the first thing first to understand about this paperwork, right? This is the judge ruling on the defense motion. Okay. All right, so when you see denied, right? Because again, so in the defense motion in limine, again, they had a list of things, a few evidence that they wanted excluded. All right, they wanted excluded. They didn't want it to be in the trial. Okay, so understand this. So let's get to the events. August 1st, 2027, assault of Roy Lee Pate. That was denied, which means they denied the motion to exclude it. Okay? They don't mean they denied it from coming into the trial. Denied actually means it's gonna be in trial because they denied the defense motion to exclude it. Press 1 if we understand it. Press 1 if we on the same page when it comes to that. Denied means they denied the motion to exclude it. Press 1 if we on the same page. Let's go, Courtney. Okay, so everybody, I want to make sure we ain't nobody confused. I see you, sis. Okay, Steph. Okay, what's up with you, baby? What's up with you, girl? Good to see you, man. Free fest a long way. You hear me? Okay, everybody cool on this, so I ain't got to go deep dive on it and explain it. You know what I'm saying? She said, break it down in nigga terms. I just did. I just did. Basically, the judge, this is a paperwork from the defense, right? The defense made a whole list of the of evidence that the state was planning to use. The defense made a whole list of things they wanted excluded. All right. So the first event, Roy Lee assault when he got jumped at the V Live. She denied the motion, which means they would most definitely be in the trial. Let's keep going. September 25, 2018, shooting and death of Roy Lee Pate. Long live Roy Lee, just for Roy Lee. That would be in the trial. She denied it, which means she denied it from being excluded. Remember, she's ruling on the defense motion. Okay. Then we got C. October 14th, 2018, shooting of Yella Beezy'S. Denied, which means it will be in the trial. Okay? Then where we at? Defendant Conway assaulted Rainwater. Hold on. I maybe went too far. Hold on. My bad. I didn't know to do that. Okay, let's go down here to D. December 26, 2018, shooting of Trapboy Freddy Sprinter van and associates. They granted the motion on this event, which means it would not be in the trial. They granted the motion to exclude it, which means it would not be in trial. If you are confused on anything, please speak up and I will try my best to make it clear for you. All right, let's move over. We got E. July 27, 2019, Unruly Citizen concerts that will be in. Let's go to Elf, January 26, 2020. Yella Beezy'S Assaulted Rainwater. That's when they jump rainwater. That will be in. September 7th, 2020, shooting of Trapboy Freddy. That was granted, which means it would not be in. All right. Let's go to letter H. September 19th, 2020. Descendant MO3 ambushed at V Live Houston. That's when MO3 had to shoot out in Houston. Y'all remember that? That was granted, which means it would not be in the trial. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to I. October 31st, 2020. Defendant Ava Center performance. This the video when Keyone White and Yella Beezy'S was on stage together while Yella Beezy'S was performing in Houston. That was denied, which means that will be in the trial. Okay, let's go to letter J at the very bottom. March 13th, 2019, shooting of Bubba. That was granted, which means it would not be in the trial. So they're going to allow us to hear the Roy Lee story as it relates to the feud evidence and the escalating events, but we would not get a chance to hear where Bubba fits in this whole thing. All right. But still, long live Bubba for sure, man. Shout out to all them gorillas. I don't understand why the sector be on them gorillas top like that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, I ain't gonna say too much about that. But September 29th, we on letter K at the very top. September 29th, shooting of the one Spikes, one of Trapboy Freddy homeboys. That was granted. It would not be in. The next one, July 6th, 2020, shooting of Robert G. Another Trapboy Freddy homeboys. That's the one when Mo3 was like left from brain dead. Oh well, this Robert G. That was granted. It would not be in. You know what I'm saying? It would not be in the trial. Now we get into the defendants' interviews, Yella Beezy'S interviews. Okay, we starting with the October 5th, 2018 interview with Louisville Police Department. That's when he got shot. It's partially granted. Partially granted. The only thing they want them to do before it be admissible is to redact his baby mama comments and responses out of the interview. Because I believe, according to the people that was at the pretrial who heard the actual video, they said that Yella Beezy'S baby mama was in the background of the video, the interview, you know, the body cam footage or whatever. She was saying, I press charges, and woo, she was doing a lot of talking. So they want them to redact her from that, and they will be able to use the interview that he did with Louisville PD after he was shot, which is major. Hold on. The one Spikes, Conway interview. All right, we're going to the next page. All right. So we're at the top. November 7th, 2018, the Breakfast Club interview. It was granted, which means it would not be in the trial. Okay. And that's the interview where he was talking about getting shot and all this stuff. And then after this interview, he went to 97.9, The Beat. You know what I'm saying? He did an interview, and that interview is granted, which means it would not be in the trial. Okay. But we get down to August 7th, 2019, his Vlad TV interview when he was talking about getting his lick back. I'm pretty sure we all remember that. I played it a few times over here at Room 901. That was denied, which means it will be in. Okay? It will be in the trial. And to me, that's the most important interview. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what they denied the interviews of Breakfast Club in 97.9 when he was really just talking about the shooting. You know what I'm saying? Now he did stumble. He did say a couple times in the Breakfast Club interview that he talked about Roy Lee, but that's irrelevant. We gonna break everything down in a second. Let's get through this. All right. Descendants interview. These are Mo3's interviews. Okay. The April 6, 2019 Cam Capone interview. Granted, the defendant's social media posts. This is Yella Beezy'S social media post. The July 28, 2019 Yella Beezy'S Instagram live post after the Unruly Citizens concert where him and Mo3 got into it. That will be in. The November 11, 2020 Yella Beezy'S Instagram live post the day of the murder. That would not be in. That would not be in. Okay, the December 16th, 2020 Yella Beezy'S Instagram live post call with Trapboy Freddy. That is when Trapboy Freddy hit Yella Beezy'S Instagram live playing a diss song. That would not be in. Now that was a shocker. That was a shocker, but I kind of see what's going on, and we're gonna get into it. Okay, so now we are on Mo3's social media posts. The July 28th, 2019 Mo3 Instagram live post after the Unruly Citizen concert. That will be in, okay? That will be in, family. February 4th, 2020, Mo3 Instagram live post after the rainwater assault. That will be in. That will be in. Okay, so now we're getting to Trapboy Freddy's social media post. Long story short, well, now I ain't gonna do it like that. Let's read it. The November 11, 2020 Trapboy Freddy Instagram post, the day of the murder, when Trapboy Freddy was on the highway and all this stuff, would not be in. Mo3's music, 219, will be in. 219 will be in. Okay? All right. Yella Beezy'S music, Hitters, would not be in. Hitters would not be in. Remember, Hitters is the song that he got with NLE Chopper, who the Chopper, I can't understand why I even said this so proper like that. But yeah, the one with NLE Chopper, that's the song that Detective Barnes said was Yella Beezy'S first time ever rapping about putting a bounty on anybody's head. But that song would not be in. Okay, keep it in the streets. Keep it in the streets. Denied, which means it will be in. On your head will be in, but they have to redact Trapboy Freddy's voice out from the song. Take three. Granted, it would not be in. Okay, it would not be in. Gassed Up will not be in. Trapboy Freddy music. Hypocrite would not be in. Laugh Now would not be in. Would not be in the trial. Shirt, put them on the shirt, would not be in. Okay, so now we get down to the photographic evidence from other music, Harder Than Yours. They got the photographs from the music video Harder Than Yours. A lot of y'all seen this picture, especially early on in the Mo3 case, where you had Yella Beezy'S, Key-One White, and Jose Bodega in the same picture. I think Jose Bodega had a do-rag on or something. You know what I'm saying? That's the picture they talking about. But that picture will not be in the trial. First day out, whatever pictures or recordings they got from Key-One White first day out video, it would not be in the trial. Okay, Tool on You, Jose Bodega song would not be in the trial. And the first, I think this Key-One White song would not be in the trial. Okay. And at the bottom, you say it is so ordered, then it's signed on the 26th day of July 2026 by Judge Chica. Okay? All right, so make sure that's it. All right. And y'all see there go the file date and all this stuff. All right, so let's get into the actual factual break design. You hear me? Salute to everybody in the building, but Big Josh gonna explain further. Let's go. You already know Carter K. She said, y'all notice they excluding everything trap related. Oh yeah, we gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? We most definitely gonna get into that. But y'all know, you know what I'm saying, we gotta build up to this. So let's go and get to it. I'm gonna waste no more time. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for your boy. What 713 say? He said the judge is trying to make the DA prove their case. Oh, most definitely. But that's very doable. And we finna go through it. You know what I'm saying? Now understand, y'all know that I use the legal chess machine. Some of y'all call it ChatGPT. But the reason why I do this, right? Because I can easily, especially with stuff like that. Now, sometimes I do need a little, you know what I'm saying, help break it down, whatever, because they be having legal terms. But stuff like this, I could easily have this conversation with y'all without putting anything on the screen. But guess what? I don't want y'all to confuse my work. I don't want y'all to say, well, that's just Josh talking. So ChatGPT is also a research tool. Okay, it's also a research tool. What's up, Sis Kimberly? So we're gonna I'm gonna have my little opinions here in between the slides. But for the most part, we're about to listen to some factual information that may not even agree with me. All right. The thing about how I trained my ChatGPT is to be factual. I don't research what they call research bias. A lot of people may not know this, but you don't research to confirm your biasness. When you do research, you actually research things that's gonna contradict your biasness. That's how you find the truth. Okay, that's research 101. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Please hit the like button for your boy, and let's cook. Let me remove this banner. All right, so let's get into it, man. Everybody ready? Salute to everybody in the building, man. Anybody that may have sent a gift or anything, man, I may have missed. If you over on Twitch and send some love, I appreciate it. But I do have my tablet over here, So even I'm gonna be reading, but I can look up in my tablet and look at the chat and see what's going on. But I may not be be able to highlight anything. She said train. So said train Chat GPT. You got to. You got to. Hell yeah, you got to. You got to. But let's get into it though, man. Boom. Slide number 1. Let's break down this the paperwork in the order that we just read. All right. Hold on, let me get to this on my phone. I forgot I can't read this from the screen. I gotta go to my phone. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Let me get to my notes. Okay, let's start. Let me take a sip of water because I'm about to be reading. Hold on. All right, man. All right, let's begin. Let's begin. This is a very significant order, but I think some of the reactions on social media are oversimplifying what happened. We talking about the Tech 713s and all that. I'm just playing. I'm gonna read that over. She said, this says this is a very significant order, but I think some of the reactions on social media are oversimplifying what happened. This is not a ruling on guilt or innocence. It is a ruling on what evidence the jury will be allowed to hear at trial after 3 days of evidentiary hearings on Yella Beezy'S motion in limine. Let's play legal chess. Let's go. Let's go. The big picture. The defense filed a massive Rule 404B motion trying to keep out evidence of prior shootings, rap songs, interviews, Instagram lives, rivalries, and gang-related incidents. The judge then ruled item by item. The result? It wasn't one side winning everything. It was a mixed ruling. Let's go deeper. Let's actually get into what Rule 404B really is. And Room 901 is probably the only channel that y'all probably ever heard that Rule 404B ever mentioned. Let's keep it. Let's be clear on that. All right. Rule 404B generally says you can't convict someone simply because they're a bad person. Understand this now. I'm gonna read it over. Rule 404B generally says you can't convict someone simply because they are a bad person. The state cannot simply argue he committed shootings, therefore he probably committed the murder. That's what the state can't do. Instead, prosecutors must show another purpose, motive, intent, preparation, identity, relationships between parties, common scheme, absence of mistake. The fight in this hearing was over whether each prior event was relevant for one of those legal purposes. In nigga terms, thank you, Redbone. I most definitely appreciate you. Thank you for that $5. Thank you. I appreciate you, sis. So in nigga terms, right? Let me take somebody out the chat, for example. Bottoms up. What's up with you, bottoms up? I can't say that bottoms up did X, Y, and Z. Therefore, she's a bad person and she's guilty. No. I gotta say bottoms up did XYZ. Therefore, that proves either motive, intent, preparation, identity, relationship between parties, common schemes, absence of mistake. Any one of those things. That's what the evidence have to be able to prove. You just can't bring in some bad acts and say this is the reason. You can't do that. You can't do that. And Rule 404B prevents that, and that's the foundation of the ruling. Rule 404B, the defense saying that, hey man, some of these bad X music videos, whoop de whoop, etc., it's only to paint me as a bad person. The state is saying no, it proves motive or intent, preparation, identity, etc., etc. The judge ruled on it based off what she believed and what she heard from the arguments that was posed. All right. We clear on that, on what Rule 404B is. All right, let's keep going. So, what I noticed immediately, the document is almost like a scoreboard. Some things were excluded. That's true. But many things were admitted. That matters. I don't know why, but for the most part, it seems like everybody's only paying attention to what was excluded. Some things were excluded, but many things were admitted. So let's get into it. The big win for the defense. Let's start with the defense first. All right. Let's start with the defense first. Queen B, what's up with your juicy baby? The big win for the defense. The biggest defense victory appears to be December 26, 2018, Trapboy Freddy Sprinter van. The motion was granted, meaning the judge excluded that evidence. All right, that is potentially huge because prosecutors apparently wanted to use it as part of the continuing feud. Now they could not. Another big win for the defense. The September 7th, 2020 of Trapboy Freddy, which was granted, which means it was excluded. Again, that's another major shooting tied to the alleged rivalry that the state would not be able to present. Another one is the September 19th, 2020 V-Live shooting involving MO3. It was granted, which means it was excluded. That's another important feud event the jury apparently will not hear. But here's where social media may be getting ahead of itself. They stopped reading after those. So let's get into the huge wins for the state. Look what survived. Let's look at what survived. Roy Lee Pate assault. When Roy Lee got jumped at V-Live. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Please don't forget to hit the like button for your boy. Let's go. So they said Roy Lee Pate assault. The defense wanted that excluded, but it was denied, meaning it's coming in. Now, let's get to Roy. I'm gonna say it after this. Then they got Roy Lee Pate murder, which it was denied, which means it's coming in. Now, the significance of this. So when basically the judge ruled that, and by this ruling, I'm gonna jump out on a limb and say she's agreeing based on the arguments that she heard that Roy Lee is the beginning of this feud. First thing first, that is very, very, very important. Forget the music. See, if they would allow things like Roy Lee story not to be able to be, what would have been the beginning of the timeline? So this alone is a bigger win than all that Trapboy Freddy stuff, you know what I'm saying, not being able to be brought in. Trust and believe. Because this is Yella Beezy versus the state, not Trapboy Freddy versus the state. So they're proving the escalation of MO3 and Yella Beezy'S feud, not MO3 and Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy feud. You get it? So this right here is a major victory within itself because now the state have a solid beginning point to its motive theory. Okay, big win, probably the biggest win right there. Let's move on. We talk about the big wins for the state. We already did the defense. So we got Yella Beezy shooting. It was denied, meaning it's coming in. Why is that important? Because hours after Roy Lee passed away due to the complications of being shot, Yella Beezy was shot. So that connectivity is still going to be there. Then you got the unruly citizens situation with MO3 and Yella Beezy beefing at the Frisco. That's coming in. Connect all these things. Connect them all. They're going to be able to tell this story. They're going to be able to tell this story, man. You know what I'm saying? I think we focus too much on the music, but let me not give too much of my spiel. Let's deal with the proper information. Rainwater assault. When Rainwater was jumped, it's going to be coming in. The video with Yella Beezy on stage with Keyone White is going to be coming in, which is going to prove relationship. They don't need all this, you know what I'm saying? Hospital interview. Partially granted only because one detective comments must be redacted. Everything else survives. So they even got with the hospital interview with Yella Beezy in it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yella Beezy's Instagram lives. One of them was denied. Two of them was granted, meaning prosecutors still get significant social media evidence. They don't need everything. They don't need everything. They just need the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Keep the main thing the main thing. Now let's get into the music. Hold on, let me go to this on my phone. I'm a little excited going through this with y'all. Hold on. So now let's get into the music. All right. This is another area where the state did very well. Mo3's music. One song excluded. 219. Conway's music. Hit Us. Take 3. Gassed Up. All admitted, while only a limited redaction removing Trapboy Freddy's voice from On Your Head. All right. The only thing they want to do is remove Trapboy Freddy's voice from On Your Head. All right. Y'all with me? Are y'all with me? Y'all good? What's up, Nika sis? Y'all know I'm reading these slides, so I can't highlight no chats, but I'm looking at my tablet. I see everybody in the building, man. I see everybody in the building. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. I don't see no questions, so let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Okay, so because y'all know legal chess, we just don't break down paperwork. The whole format of legal chess is to bring the paperwork into the best of my abilities, to bring the paperwork into the actual trial setting and see how it all gonna play out for both sides. All right, I just don't go live. Now, if I go live just reading paperwork, I could do that every day. But what that's gonna do for y'all? You know what I'm saying? What would that do for y'all? Would they give y'all some understanding? I think not. So, what does this mean strategically? The defense strategy. The defense successfully cut out several violent episodes that could have painted Yella Beezy as someone engaged in a continuous shooting war. That limits the prosecution's ability to tell a seamless narrative of escalating retaliation. So instead of 2018, then this, then this, then this, then MO3. The state now has gaps in their storyline. That is valuable. Now, truthfully, because it is just for MO3, but when it comes to information, we cannot be biased. So I will be lying to y'all if I said that there are now some holes, there are now some gaps, you know what I'm saying, in the state's timeline. Right, there are now some gaps in the state timeline due to some of the things that was excluded. All right, but we gonna patch everything up. Don't worry about it. So the state's strategy, the prosecution still has Yella Beezy'S own statements, Yella Beezy'S interviews, the Instagram lives, Willie Pate evidence, Yella Beezy being shot, the Cam Capone interview, several music videos, social media, photographs, other alleged incidents. So the state still has a substantial amount of contextual evidence to explain relationships, motive, and the feud. The narrative may be narrower. I butchered that word. Narrower. That's the country shit. But it is far from dismantled. It is far from dismantled. Okay, far. It may got some gaps in it now, but it's far from dismantled. So why social media says this is an L? Why is the YouTube bloggers? Why is some of the subscribers believing and saying that this is an L? People often judge these rulings by counting high-profile exclusions. Remember, they watch the headlines, right? They don't watch the strategy. They watch the headlines, like the Legal Chess theme song say. Y'all look at the headlines. We watch the strategy over here. You hear me? So people often judge these rulings by counting high-profile exclusions. They see Trapboy Freddy shooting excluded, V-Live excluded, the Sprinter van excluded, and conclude the state lost. That's understandable because those are memorable events. But courts don't score cases by the number of headlines excluded. They ask whether the prosecution still has enough admissible evidence to prove motive, identity, and the charged offense. Sis said, bro, why is he removed if he considered a co-conspirator? We're gonna get to that. But just hold your horses, big sis. We most definitely gonna get to that. But let me read this again. It says courts don't score cases by the number of headlines excluded. They ask whether the prosecution still has enough admissible evidence to prove motive, identity, and the charged offense. And based off everything that I just read, as far as the paperwork go, the state most definitely still have enough admissible evidence to prove motive, identity, and the charged offense. They still have everything they need. They still have everything they need. What Fate say? She said 219 on your head and keep it in the streets will be played. Let's go, sis. Let's go. So my legal chess take. If I were grading this hearing, the defense would get a B plus. We ain't saying the defense lost or the defense did terrible. No, the defense they get a B plus. They knocked out several important feud events and forced the state to adjust its narrative. Anytime this we talk about the legal chess, right? The chess game between the state and the defense, right? So the bar for the defense to get a win was very low because As long as the defense made the state adjust their narrative a little bit, created some holes, then you got to give the defense credit if you're looking at it from an unbiased perspective. Okay, the defense did create some holes in the timeline story, and you know what I'm saying, and they made the state adjust the narrative. So okay, for that alone, the state get a B plus. I mean, the defense get a B plus. The state gets a B. Why? Because they retained much of the evidence they likely considered essential. Conway's statements, interviews, social media, significant prior incidents, and a broad set of music and photographic evidence. They would need to present a more focused story, but they still may have pieces on the board. All right, let's go. Let's keep cooking. So, what's the real chess match now? What is the real chess match now? The prosecution must decide which admitted incidents become the backbone of its opening statement. Remember, I told y'all about the opening statement yesterday, right? How does it explain the missing chapters without making the story feel incomplete? How does the state explain the holes in the story without making the story feel incomplete? The defense, meanwhile, would emphasize those missing chapters by arguing that the prosecutors tried and failed to bring the inflammatory evidence that the court rejected. That thing could become part of cross-examination and closing argument, even though the jury generally won't learn about excluded evidence directly. So they could be a part of the defense argument in their closing. Well, the state tried to bring this evidence in, but they failed. Okay, the state do got their L on some of those things. They do got their L under their belt because some of those things we're not allowed to be in, and the defense will be able to use that for whatever reason. All right, so let's go a little deeper, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Thank you, Sis Kimberly, for those gifts. I appreciate you. Thank you to anybody that may have sent some gifts or anything that I wasn't paying attention. Y'all know I'm back here reading, all right? But please make sure y'all hit the like button for your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go a little deeper, right? So while trying my best to deliver this, to get a full understanding for myself and for y'all, you know, so the next question I had to ask was, did the defense break the state's timeline or just force them to change their opening? Okay. Remember I told y'all yesterday that I believe that one of the first things in the opening that we are going to see is the highway footage of MO3 being unalive, right? Why? Because this going to instantly make the jury and everybody in the courtroom want to know why. Like, why would somebody gun somebody down broad daylight on the highway with a mask on? Why? Then the why is going to lead you into the timeline. Y'all feel me? All right, so the question I asked was, did the defense break the state's timeline or just force them to change their opening? Let's talk about it. The key question isn't, did the state lose evidence? The better question is, can prosecutors still tell the same story? Those are two very different things. Let's go further. Every trial is really a story. Jurors don't believe evidence in random order. The prosecution is trying to create one continuous movie. Think of the state's case like a Netflix documentary. You have episode 1, episode 2, then episode 3. Everything builds up until the murder. All the motive evidence, timeline evidence is going to build up until what happened November 11, 2020. The prosecution wants jurors thinking, of course this happened. We've been watching the feud escalate for years. The defense wants something completely different. They want the jury thinking, these are isolated incidents. The state is forcing connections that don't exist. That's the entire chess match. Let's go. So let's get into the state's original timeline. All right, the original timeline. Based on the exhibits listed in this order, I think the state's intended narrative probably looks something like this. Act 1, the beginning. Roy Lee Pate assault. Roy Lee murdered. Then Yella Beezy'S gets shot. The purpose of Act 1 is to introduce the origins of the conflict. All right, now this is the original timeline without anything really being excluded. All right, Act 2, the war begins. Trapboy Freddy Sprinter van shooting, Bubba shooting, DeJuan Spike shooting, Robert G shooting. What's the purpose of Act 2? To show retaliation, escalation, violence becoming normalized. Act 3. Act 3, the public beef. The unruly citizens situation, the Cam Capone interview, Breakfast Club interview, the Vlad TV interview, and the Instagram lives. What's the purpose of Act 3? What was the purpose of Act 3? Because remember, this is not the new timeline. This is the original timeline before things were excluded. So what's the purpose of Act 3? To show that this feud wasn't private. Everyone knew about it. So let's get into Act 4 and Act 5 of this original timeline before things were excluded. Act 4, Rainwater assaulted, Trapboy Freddy shooting, V Live, then the Avis Center. What's the purpose of Act 4? To show the conflict reaching its boiling point. Then we get to Act 5, which is, of course, the untimely demise of MO3, November 11, 2020. Everything culminates here. Everything comes together to a boiling point November 11, 2020. And that's the purpose of Act 5 in the original timeline. But what just happened? What just happened? Now, let's look at what disappeared. These three stand out immediately. Trapboy Freddy Sprinter Van, Trapboy Freddy shooting, and the V-Live ambush all excluded. Notice something? These weren't random events. They were three major bridge events in the feud. Now, we ain't minimizing it now. We ain't saying that it wasn't major. We're not saying that. But the question is, when we asked the question, did the timeline collapse? The timeline didn't collapse. It got shorter. This is where I disagree with many people online. I don't think the state's timeline is destroyed. I think it's compressed. Instead of telling a 5-year war, let's move on. Instead of telling a 5-year war, they're probably going to tell a 3-year rivalry. Instead of 15 chapters, maybe 8. Instead of showing every battle, they're going to highlight the most legally defensible ones. That's a very different thing than the whole goddamn theory being collapsed, the whole timeline collapsing. Making it shorter, compressing it, you know what I'm saying, is different than things being collapsed, all right? So let's keep going. So watch for a change in the opening statements from the state. Watch for a change in the opening statements from the state. I would not be surprised if opening statement changes dramatically. Originally, it may have sounded like, for example, ladies and gentlemen, the feud began years ago. Let's walk through every major event, end quote. Now I think it becomes more focused. And for example, sound a little bit like this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this case is about motive. This case is about relationships. This case is about why this murder happened. Notice the difference? Less chronology, more thing. All right, less chronology, more thing. The defense just created empty spaces. So here's why Toby Shook earns his money. Defense lawyers love empty spaces. Why? Because jurors naturally fill in the blanks. Okay? So if prosecutors cannot fully explain the progression of the feud, the defense may argue that the state is asking jurors to assume connections rather than proving them. That doesn't mean the defense can tell the jury about excluded evidence, but it can argue that the admitted evidence leaves unanswered questions about the state's theory. They're most definitely going to be trying to use that to their benefits. But here's the state's counter move. Yeah, we talking about the real chess. So the defense created holes, right? The defense poked some holes in the state's timeline. But here's the state's counter move. If I'm Tommy Adams, I don't fight over missing events. I pivot. Instead of proving, here's every valid thing that happened, I prove, here are the relationships that existed. So we're going to pivot from the violent acts that help prove the motive, pivot to the relationships that help prove the motive. That's let me move to the next slide. That's why these rulings become interesting. Look what survived. Yella Beezy'S interviews, Breakfast Club, Cal Capone, Instagram, the music, and social media. Those aren't random. They're relationship evidence, they're motive evidence, and they are identity evidence. So the state can still argue. The state can still argue. And this is a quote example. You don't need every shooting to understand these people knew each other, had a public rivalry, and the rivalry provides context for the charged offense. Many of these categories were admitted despite the defense's effort to exclude them. All right, let's go. Here's something I think everyone is missing. What is everyone missing, man? What is everybody missing? This order may actually make the state's presentation cleaner. Now, pay attention, because I told y'all how the timeline didn't collapse; it was compressed, right? But here's where people may be missing. The order, the things that were excluded, may actually make the state's presentation more cleaner. Jurors can become overwhelmed by too many prior incidents. The jury can become overwhelmed by too many prior incidents, and it was a lot of things the state was trying to prove. So imagine you're a jury, you're in the jury, right? And you hear shooting number 1, shooting number 2, shooting number 3, shooting number 4, shooting number 5, then shooting number 6. At some point, jurors stop keeping track. Ironically, a narrower presentation can sometimes be more persuasive because the jury can follow it more easily. That's why I wouldn't automatically call this a disaster for the prosecution. Let's go. They just got a cleaner timeline. If anything, they didn't get a weaker timeline. They got a cleaner, more compressed, more efficient timeline. Because the starting point, Roy Lee is still there. Everything that happened in between is still there. The music and the interviews to provide the context is still there. The relationship evidence, all of that is still there. The stuff the judge ruled out actually can potentially help the state because now they have a cleaner storyline that the jury can easily digest. So let's get into the jury psychology. Y'all good down there? Y'all good? Everybody good? All right, let's go. Hit that like button for your boy if you have it, man. So let's get into the psychology of the jury. Imagine 2 openings. Version A, 45 minutes, 20 prior incidents, 8 music videos, 15 witnesses. Jurors begin to think, I'm confused. Now, that is a lot for somebody because it won't be a lot for us because we know exactly what went on. But to somebody, like I tell y'all, Bob the Butcher, who was just told to come do jury duty for this trial, he ain't gonna be able to stand through a 45-minute opening with 20 prior incidents, 8 music videos, 15 witnesses. By the time they get to down there like the last thing, they're gonna be like, man, I'm confused. I'm lost. All right. But let's get to version B. The cleaner version of the timeline, right? 20 minutes, not 45 minutes. I mean, not 40 minutes. It was 20 minutes. Only 3 major events, a simple timeline, and a clear motive. Now the jurors begin to think, I understand. Sometimes less is more. All right? Sometimes less and more. Sometimes less is more. So the real legal chess question. The order shifts the context from evidence quantity to storytelling quality. The state no longer has the luxury of presenting every chapter it wanted. It must decide which admitted piece best explains motive, relationships, and intent without relying on excluded incidents. The defense, in turn, will look for every place where the prosecution's story feels incomplete or where the jury might question whether important links are missing. This is why I don't view this ruling as either a clear L for the state or a complete victory for the defense. It's a strategic reset. The judge has forced both sides. Pay attention. It's a strategic reset. The judge have forced both sides to rethink how they present the same case to the jury. Okay, because yes, now the state have to figure out. Okay, we got holes in our timeline. How we gonna tell the story without making the story seem incomplete? But now the defense, on the other hand, is looking at it like, well, they got some things excluded, but we still got to deal with the timeline that's able to come in. So the judge has forced both sides to rethink how they're going to present the case to the same jury. Okay, all right. So now we about to get into Trapboy Freddy. Salute Sabrina. I thank you for those gifts. I can't highlight nothing because I'm over here reading, but I most definitely see it, man. I most definitely see it. Yes, Pastor Josh, we are good. Let's go, Kim. All right, so let's get into Trapboy Freddy, man. Because like I said, I didn't intend to hold y'all too long today. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into Trapboy Freddy. Now that we know, right, the chess game is being played by way of those orders. Now we kind of we should. I can't speak definitely, but we should now understand what's going on with some of the things that was granted, some of the things that were excluded. Okay. All right. And again, I'm not asking anybody to, if you leave here still thinking that the state took an L, at least you got that understanding with the proper knowledge. All right. So let's get into Trapboy Freddy. Okay. Let me look at the chat one more time. All right. Let's go. So Trapboy Freddy's name has been mentioned in this case a lot, even recently as a co-conspirator. My belief is that the defense would love to create an alternate suspect theory using Trapboy Freddy. Remember, I've been telling y'all that. And the state would love to use Trapboy Freddy for motive evidence. But the judge seemingly just took Trapboy Freddy completely out the trial. How could this ruling, excluding Trapboy Freddy evidence, play out for both the state and the defense? Do y'all see the conundrum that's going on? Because this is going to, once I put this in perspective for y'all, some of y'all going to be like, oh, okay. Because on one hand, right, you got the defense, whose number one defense is probably going to be to create an alternative suspect theory or reasonable doubt. One of the ways, like I've been reporting to y'all, that I believe the defense was going to try to create an alternative suspect theory is to use Trapboy Freddy. They was going to use all the stuff that the state, if the state was able to present all that Trapboy Freddy incident, that probably would have backfired for the state, right? But on the flip side, the state want to use Trapboy Freddy to paint the picture of motive, relationship, feud evidence. So both sides, let's be clear, both sides want to use Trapboy Freddy in this case. But what I've been telling y'all, two people I want to stay far away from this case is Trapboy Freddy and Rainwater. Y'all, some of y'all remember me telling y'all that. The two people that I don't even want the state to even bother is Trapboy Freddy and Rainwater. So from my perspective and from my legal analysis while I've been following this case, them taking out Trapboy Freddy out the trial as far as the feud timeline evidence is not an L. Because how I'm looking at it, that would have backfired from the state. Because ain't no way you can call a nigga a co-conspirator and have all this motive evidence, but he's not charged. And you don't think the defense wasn't going to use that to their benefit to create reasonable doubt or alternative suspect theory? Come on now, you just gotta, come on, man. You gotta use that thing inside our skull sometimes. All right, but let's get into Trapboy Freddy. Let's get into Trapboy Freddy. So I would frame it like this. The judge may not have removed Trapboy Freddy from the case entirely, but she appears to have sharply limited both sides' ability to make him the center of the trial. That changes the legal chess dramatically. So before this ruling, I think both sides wanted Trapboy Freddy in the trial, but for completely different reasons. The state's goal. The prosecution wasn't necessarily trying to prove Trapboy Freddy committed anything. They wanted him to become the thread connecting the entire tapestry. I never seen that word before. Tapestry. Any wordsmiths in the building understand what tapestry is? Matter of fact, I can't do it. I gotta Google it. I'm sorry, y'all. This is how I am. I can't. Let me look up the definition. What is tapestry? What is tapestry? Definition. Hold on, y'all. This is how my brain works. I can't stumble past no words. Okay, tapestry is a heavy hand-woven textile featuring a pictorial design, a complex structure of diverse elements, or a decorative. Okay, so basically a picture. Okay, it's a picture. All right, a picture. All right, so let's read that again now that we know what it is. My bad, I had to. They wanted him to become the thread connecting the entire picture. Okay, so the likely narrative would have been for the state: Yella Beezy'S and Trapboy Freddy are allies. MO3 and Trapboy Freddy had a long-running public feud. Violence repeatedly erupts between the two camps. The feud escalates over time. Then eventually, MO3 is murdered. In that story, Trapboy Freddy isn't the defendant. He's the motive. He's the connective tissue. Every shooting involving him becomes another chapter explaining why prosecutors say the murder happened. Now let's get to the defense goal, right? Because the state wanted to use him for the motive theory. The defense wanted to use Trapboy Freddy for the alternative suspect theory, right? The reasonable doubt. The defense's goal. Ironically, the defense also benefits from having Trapboy Freddy in the case, but for the opposite reason. They don't necessarily want to prove Trapboy Freddy committed the murder. They want jurors thinking. If all these people were shooting at each other, how do we know Yella Beezy is responsible? Notice the difference. The state wants one clean storyline. The defense wants 10 possible storylines. Confusion creates reasonable doubt. Remember, I told y'all that. The state plan is to make this case very specific. Very, very specific. MO3 and Yella Beezy had beef. MO3 and Yella Beezy had an escalating feud. Yella Beezy had contact to people, to violent people. Yella Beezy hired a hitman. The hitman unalived MO3. Very specific. But the defense, on the other hand, won't. Well, MO3 had beef with Yella Beezy, go yayo, Trapboy Freddy, this nigga over here on East Texas, this other guy from Houston. They're what the defense want. They want to muddy the waters up. All right, they want to muddy the waters up in order to create reasonable doubt. Because again, the defense don't have to say, well, Trapboy Freddy did it. No, the defense just have to present enough evidence or poke enough holes in the offense. The state's theory to make the jury think it could have been bigger than Yella Beezy. You know what I'm saying? But now Trapboy Freddy is somewhere off the board. He's now off the board. So let's get into it. Let's go a little further. So why is Trapboy Freddy so dangerous? Every time his name comes up, jurors begin asking questions. Questions like, who hated MO3? Who had the biggest motive? Who benefited? Who had shooters? Who was retaliating? The defense doesn't have to answer those questions. They just need the jurors asking them. Okay? Let's go a little deeper. So the judge ruling changes that. He's no longer that dangerous no more. The judge ruling changes that. Look at what was excluded. Trapboy Freddy Sprinter van shooting, excluded. Trapboy Freddy shooting, excluded. V-Live ambush involving MO3, excluded. His music, excluded. Every one song involving Conway was only partially admitted because Trapboy Freddy's voice must be redacted. That's notable. So no music, no prior incidents, no violent acts, no social media posts from Trapboy Freddy. All of that is excluded. All right. So what does that signal? What does that signal, family? I don't think the judge is saying Trapboy Freddy is irrelevant. I think she's saying something much narrower. The trial is about whether Yella Beezy committed the charged offense, not every violent event involving people around him. What was Trapboy Freddy album name after MO3 died? Do anybody know? Help me out. Somebody help me out. Because I'm stupid right now. Somebody in the chat, let me know what was Trapboy Freddy's album name where he was dissing MO3 after MO3 died. Do anybody know? What was Trapboy Freddy's name of the album after MO3 died? Let's go, Courtney Thompson. Distractions. So let's go, Five. I see you. Mahir, what's up with you? I see you, Mahir. Distractions. So therefore, Trapboy Freddy will not be that much of a distraction in this case. He would not be a distraction. The judge said, no, this ain't about Trapboy Freddy. This ain't about Dro. This ain't about Bubba. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't about Trapboy Freddy. This is about Yella Beezy and MO3. And guess what? The state does not need Trapboy Freddy to prove anything regarding Yella Beezy in his relationship with Key1, Devin, and GRC, and they beef with MO3. The state don't need Trapboy Freddy to prove that. The state doesn't need Trapboy Freddy to prove that. And again, taking Trapboy Freddy off the table for the state and the defense is a win for the state. Do y'all not understand? Do y'all not understand? All right, but let's keep going though, just in case y'all don't. Just in case y'all don't. So the state's new problem, right? What is the state's new problem? Before this ruling, Tommy Adams could have argued something like, ladies and gentlemen, here's the feud. Here's every escalation. Here's why the murder happened. Here's why the murder happened. Now, several chapters involving Trapboy Freddy are missing. That weakens the prosecution's ability to show a continuous chain of retaliation. And we got holes in the story now. Not because the theory disappears, but because some of the evidence supporting that theory has been ruled inadmissible. But what is the defense new problem? Right? And I'm going to give y'all my theory when I'm done. I'm almost done. I'm going to give y'all my theory, right, of the chess game that's being played. SD, what it do? He said, nigga should have been a lawyer. Hey, man. Could have been a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into the defense's new problem, man. Salute to Spooky Dookie in the building. This is the part that I don't think social media is discussing. The defense almost lost something. I mean, hold on, my bad. Let me start over. This is the part I don't think social media is discussing. The defense also lost something. If I'm Toby Shook, I want jurors constantly hearing Trapboy Freddy, Trapboy Freddy, Trapboy Freddy, Trapboy Freddy, right? Because repetition matters. Listen, I'm gonna repeat that again. If I'm Toby Shook, right? If we are Toby Shook, if we are part of Yella Beezy'S defense, and we want to create an alternate suspect theory, right? Then the benefit from us would have been hearing Trapboy Freddy name as much as possible, correct? Because repetition matters. Psychologically, jurors begin associating him with everything. Eventually, they'll ask, could Trapboy Freddy be involved? That seed is powerful. But now, if his name come up much less often, the alternate suspect theory becomes harder to build through implication alone. Y'all see the difference? The judge ruling out all of that Trapboy Freddy evidence is also going to be preventing Trapboy Freddy name to continuously come up in this trial, which could have possibly created an alternative suspect theory for Yella Beezy. Think about it. If all them videos, music videos, IG Live, and all this stuff, Trapboy Freddy on the highway, if you're a jury, you're going to be thinking like, hold on, man. Because y'all don't even got this much evidence on Yella Beezy. Yeah, y'all got an internet beef, but you got in the timeline MO3 unaliving his homeboys, Trapboy Freddy being shot September 2020. You know what I'm saying? That would have most definitely created reasonable doubt or an alternative suspect theory for the state. I mean, for the defense. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm glad all that Trapboy Freddy shit is not going to be brought up into the case. If you know, you know. But let's move on. Now, here's the chess match. Here's the chess match now. Imagine a courtroom. Version 1. Trapboy Freddy gets mentioned 40 times. Jurors leave thinking, this case seems bigger than Yella Beezy. Now let's get into version 2. Version 2. Trapboy Freddy gets mentioned 6 times. The first time he was mentioned 40 times. Now in this version, he only mentioned 6 times throughout the whole trial. Jurors leave thinking this case is about Yella Beezy. That is a significant difference. The jury heard Trapboy Freddy name 40 times. They're gonna be thinking this is bigger than Yella Beezy. But if you cut that down, take out some of the evidence, and you turn that 40 times into 6 times, the jury gonna be like, okay, Trapboy Freddy got something to do with it, but this is about Yella Beezy, right? So could the defense still point at Trapboy Freddy? Could the defense still point at Trapboy Freddy? Possibly, but there are important limits. All right, now we're about to get technical. Okay, salute to everybody in the building, man. Sis Kim said, yes, Josh, the judge wanted laser focused on Yella, not Freddy, because he's not on trial. Yella is. Let's go, Sis Kim. Let's go, Sis Kim. Pretty Jen said, Yella baby mother D is in partnership and friends with Angela Simmons with her hair company, D Hair Boutique, and Angela is Rev Run daughter, which has a connection to Jay-Z. Oh, Lord. Okay, the Snapple facts. Okay, Snapple facts. Let's go, though. Let's go. So, Now again, we about to get technical. We about to break this down legally, right? Legally. But I'm gonna, if it's not easily to understand, don't worry about it. Y'all know your boy Josh gonna break it down in nigga terms for y'all. All right. So the question is now, could the defense still point at Trapboy Freddy to create an alternative suspect theory, right? Possibly, but there are important limits. A defense can't simply accuse a third party without an evidentiary basis. All right, I'm gonna read this slow so we can understand this. A defense can't simply accuse a third party without an evidentiary basis. So even the defense is gonna need evidence to even bring Trapboy Freddy into the fold, especially now that the judge have excluded the state's evidence. See how that works? See how that work? If the defense wants to argue that someone else committed the crime, it generally needs admissible evidence connecting that person to the offense, not just evidence that the person had a bad reputation or a feud with the victim. If many of the incidents involving Trapboy Freddy are excluded, the factual foundation for that theory may be much thinner. So Trapboy Freddy being excluded does two things, right? It narrows the state's timeline, right? It narrows the state's motive timeline, but on the flip side, it also makes it a lot less easier for the defense to throw Trapboy Freddy name in there as an alternative suspect, right? Because we will read the last sentence again. It says that many of the incidents involving Trapboy Freddy are excluded, which they were. The factual foundation for that theory, alternative suspect theory, may be much thinner. So this was a double-edged sword. So now the question should be, who can still suffice the best and the most efficiently without the evidence that was excluded? And I'm going to side with the state. I'm gonna side with the state. I'm sure it is. So let's get into the biggest takeaway. I'm sure it is. You hear me? I'm sure it is. All right, dang, hold on, I fucked up. Okay, let's get into the biggest takeaway. All right, the biggest takeaway. I don't think this ruling helps only one side. It takes a powerful narrative tool away from both sides. The state loses part of its ability to tell a long, uninterrupted story of an escalating feud. But the defense loses part of its ability to suggest that the case is really about someone else or a much larger web of suspects. What is so? Before we move on, which one is a bigger L? Who took the biggest L? Right? As far as the Trapboy Freddy stuff being excluded, I'm gonna read this for y'all again. Y'all tell me who took the biggest L. Right? The state loses part of its ability to tell a long, uninterrupted story of an escalating feud. That's the state. That's what the state lost, right? But the defense, they lost part of their ability to suggest that the case is really about someone else or a much larger web of suspects. So you got the state, they loses parts of they timeline, right? But the defense loses a major chunk that they needed to create an alternate suspect theory. Who took the biggest L? The state losing some stuff about a timeline, a motive that they can still tell, or the defense losing a chess piece that they was going to use for reasonable doubt. Black Power Do said defense took the biggest L. Miska said the defense. All right, okay, cool. Okay. Now we all of us kind of on the same page now. Said we talking capital murder. Nah, for real. So this means the trial may become more focused on direct evidence, who allegedly planned the murder, who allegedly carried it out, what the communication show, what cooperating witnesses say, and whether the state can prove Yella Beezy'S role beyond a reasonable doubt. Let me move past that. I forgot to crop that out. Okay. So that question invites viewers to think that beyond who won the motion and instead examine how limiting one recurring figure can reshape both the prosecution's narrative and the defense theory of the case. So there go y'all legal chess. There go y'all legal chess, man. In real nigga terms, man, the state didn't lose a goddamn thing. All right, we done with the factual information. Now, my opinion, the state ain't lose a goddamn thing. Yes, it's true. There were some things that there were some things that were excluded that were pertinent to the story, to them being able to tell the story of the feud, right? But they can still tell that story. They still have the starting point with Roy Lee. They still got Yella Beezy'S getting shot hours after Roy Lee passed away. They still got they still got the unruly citizens incident with Roy Lee, with MO3 and Yella Beezy'S. They still got all the IG lives. They got enough of the music. They still got photographs that help identify. They got all of that, man. They got all of that, man. Yes, they won't be able to bring in Trapboy Freddy and some other things, but they can still most definitely tell this story. Now, Trapboy Freddy, my theory, right? And y'all bear with me, because my brain is computing as I'm speaking in real time. This ain't scripted, right? So allow me to put this together in my mind as I talk to y'all in real time, right? Because we talk about the legal strategy, right? Because I remember me hitting panels, and I was like, man, I don't know what the state got going on, calling Trapboy Freddy a co-conspirator. I don't know if they finna get ready to file charges. I don't know what the state got going on. They're what I was saying. I don't know what, but now it's kind of clear. Now it's kind of clear. So hold on. So this is what I believe, okay? This is what I believe. The state played a chess move, right? The state played a chess move. They labeled Trapboy Freddy a co-conspirator. Remember, I'm trying to compute this in my mind in real time. The state played a chess move. They labeled Trapboy Freddy a co-conspirator, right? And again, this is what I believe. Just so the defense could argue against it and ultimately get the evidence ruled out. Because in the same breath, the defense took cards away from their own deck. So that could have been a chess move by the state, labeling Trapboy Freddy a co-conspirator, even trying to get all of this evidence in. Maybe they was trying to beat the defense to the punch. Because think about it. What if the state never ever intended for Trapboy Freddy evidence to be brought in? What if the defense would have probably introduced some of those things? You know what I'm saying? What if the defense probably would have introduced some of those things about Trapboy Freddy to create reasonable doubt? So I believe, could be, and I might be wrong, but the state played a very smart chess move by labeling Trapboy Freddy a co-conspirator and trying to add all of that irrelevant evidence about Trapboy Freddy, because it was irrelevant. Because what Robert G and Trapboy Freddy getting shot, what all they got to do with Yella Beezy'S paying Key One White? You know what I'm saying? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? What all they got to do with Yella Beezy'S paying White? Nothing. Toby Shook said he believes the Attorney General will retry his case. I have to look into that. I have to find that quote, and I have to look into that. But yes, that's my theory, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think the state most definitely played a chess move. My audio messing up. I'm finna get up out of here anyway, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to, can y'all hear me? Is my audio good? Y'all let me know. Can y'all hear me? I'm chopping. I'm breaking up. I'm breaking up. I don't know. Mic check. My bar's up over here. Oh, so I'm good now. Okay, maybe this the internet god telling me it's time to go. All right. But look, y'all got y'all breakdown. Rewind. If there's anything that you may be confused about, utilize that X button I introduced y'all to, man. Utilize that X button. Like, you don't even have to watch everybody whole live. Find that little star button, and you can click that star button and X any question to the AI that you want to X about the live, okay? Or just rewatch the live, man. You know what I'm saying? Rewatch the live. But ultimately, the synopsis, the state did not take an L. You know what I'm saying? The state can very well still tell their motive timeline. The state can still tell their motive timeline. Plus, the state still got the direct evidence about the payment and all that. Y'all forget about that. This music ain't the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? This music ain't the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? So the state didn't take no L. You know what I'm saying? The state did not take an L. In my opinion, the judge actually helped the state out, taking Trapboy Freddy out of the case and forcing the state to create a more narrower timeline that would be easily digestible for the jury. All right, definitely going to rewatch because I came late. Let's go. So with that being said, I'm going to leave this at a good replay value. You know what I'm saying? We almost an hour and 39, almost hour and 40 minutes in. So let's go and end this, man. I didn't plan on being here too long. I will try my best to be back Friday around about this same time, noon, God willing, time willing, all that good stuff. And maybe Friday we could do an open panel and we could talk about motions, the witnesses, and all of that. Y'all cool? Y'all cool with that? Y'all cool with that? What my boy say, Joe Black. Josh, I just said this in a replay chat. I just said this exact same words. Let's go, man. Let's go. I know you be over here, down there every day. So I know for the most part, we gonna be on the same page, man. For the faithful legal chess room 901 members and you know what I'm saying, supporters. Y'all know we all kind of, you know. All right, man. But I'm finna let y'all go, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy the rest of y'all week. Like I said, I will try my best to be back Friday, and this way we can chop it up about the witness. I just created a Pacer account, y'all. I just created a pay. Y'all know I had a co-host, whatever, and that co-host had the Pacer account. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually waiting because when you create a Pacer account, they make you wait like 7 to 10 business days for something. Then you'll be able to look up cases. So I don't want to jump the gun with this witness list. You know what I'm saying? I need to look into a couple people, federal situations, and then until I'm able to do that, I might not even touch some of the things about the witness. Because when I break it down, I want to break it down properly. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit and tell you what I think, what I know. I mean, what I think I know, what I believe. Nah, I want to break it down properly for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get to that. Appreciate that Black Power. Deuce, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I love y'all. And y'all already know, man, we're going to leave this bitch the same way we came in every single time, man. Even in a room full of 100 haters, we ain't going to change and we ain't going to waver, man. We're going to always remain some real ones, man. I hope and pray y'all do the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope and pray y'all do the same, man. Be real to yourself, first and foremost, man. Be real to yourself and be real to those that are real with you, man. You feel me? Stay prayed up. Keep God first in your life, man. And when you saying those prayers, put a prayer in the sky for your boy, man, because I most definitely need them. You might need a Scribe account as well. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, man. Put a prayer in the sky for your boy because I most definitely needing them. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the family, man. I appreciate y'all support and all this stuff, man. I'm going to see y'all, like I said, Friday, man. I'm going to see y'all Friday. Y'all might see me pop out on a panel or something, depending on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Salute to AC Shakur for those gifts, man. Thank you, baby. Thank you, man. Salute to everybody. Let me get my girl Bottoms up in here, man. Bottoms up. My girl Bottoms up in here. Bro, don't ignore it. Just it. Hold on. What? Damn, did I block her? Hold on, man. Hold on, y'all. Cause y'all done got 2 lives out of me. So I don't want to hear all that. Josh, you don't love us. Y'all done got 2 lives out of me back to back. Y'all know the last time I went live back to back. What's up, Mal One? What's up, gang? Appreciate that. Appreciate those gifts, man. Most definitely. Thank you. So what Fate say though? If I get up out of here, cause I didn't say my outro and everything. I'm still talking. What Fate say about the Josh? You might need a Scribe account as well. I seen it. Okay. Josh, you the realest. Thank you so much. Nah, girl, you the realest. Baby. But y'all already know, man, it's only us. Don't let them in, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the bad vibes in. It's only us, man. Don't let them in, man. Salute to y'all. Enjoy y'all day. Enjoy the rest of y'all week. Stay safe. Stay dangerous. And stay woke, man. Because the lies be out there lying, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay woke. Stay dangerous. Out here in these YouTube streets. All right, let's go, man. I'm out this bitch, man. Salute. Deuces.
Guy. On bubble, man. 3G4L.
Thank you, Kiki, for those cheers over there on Twitch. Thank you, baby.
Look. Another state with the game, got my foot in the sand. Don't mention me in none of your comments. Go pick up your man, slide and don't say nothing. They go fuck on the bitch. All they know Fat's in jail, but they don't know what he did. Fuck the comments in a post, this is real life. If I ever catch a op, he gon' die that night. Bro be tryna tell me chill, no I ain't living right. But he know I'm for the smoke, so don't believe the hype. If I got a step, then it is what it is. Balenciaga print, when I drop the little bitch, got it. Walk over him, and we won't say nothing. Fuck getting them touched, bitch, I'ma crush them, that's what I'm
saying. Body bags, I'm corrupted by homicide. Stuck in war, I'm just trying to get you dropped in somebody. Telling the gang it's only us, don't let them in, we do it on our own. Taking back 3 on everybody and my friend. So I'm riding with this crime. Everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner, so I've been putting my trust inside my chopper. It's only us, don't let them in. Do it on our own if we got. Lay in your bushes till the morning if we got to, yeah.
100 pounds, I broke them down, I swear I ran through them. And if a nigga want them problems, we gon' tend to him. I'm in the trenches, relaxed, chillin' with my feet up in my handgun. Niggas just be talking, but ain't saying nothing. I was taught to watch these niggas and keep a pistol. I be damned if I start laying with my nigga, even though I miss him. Niggas acting like bitches, I don't understand them, I don't get them. Got 'em straight out the trenches with some niggas that'll come kill. Remember when my granny told me I'm a man now? She seen a nigga go get it without no hand down. I'm a real nigga, hands down. Stay focused, ain't got time to be playing around. That's a spaceship in, I can hear what they saying now. Good cushion, the L, designer symbols all on my belts. Look in the mirror, boy, you good? Yeah, I'm just talking to myself. I just be thinking about the hood, like how I came up from there. And we ain't going back, no cross account, I promise, I swear. Yeah, I been going in early in the morning, stacking up this paper till this shit start getting boring. I kill you, that's warning. My niggas be on it. All the fucking money got these bitches acting horny.
Body bags, I'm corrupted by homicide. Stuck in war, I'm just trying to get you dropped in somebody. Telling the gang it's only us, don't let them in, we do it on our own. Taking back 3 on everybody and my friend. So I'm riding with this crime. Everybody ain't your friend, everybody ain't your partner, so I've been putting my trust inside my chopper. It's only us, don't let them in. Do it on our own if we got. Lay in your bushes till the morning if we got to, yeah. So I've been putting my trust inside my chopper. It's only us, don't let them in. Do it on our own if we got. Lay in your bushes till the morning if we got to, yeah.